days, I have to survive in this soundproof white room with zero human contact and zero stimulation. And because this is actually psychologically dangerous, the most important thing is the doctor outside making sure I don't go insane.
I worked in psych hospitals for 23 years, and this is much worse than anything I've ever seen. Anything past 50 hours in a white room like this can lead to permanent psychological damage.
And I'm about to do 168 hours.
There is a chance that I actually start to lose my mind and go into something called psychosis. And they have to pull me out because it can cause permanent damage to me.
He survived 7 days buried alive.
Yeah.
Is this much harder?
Much harder. He doesn't have social contact. If your brain doesn't have information coming in, it generates craziness, it generates hallucinations, it generates paranoia.
And all I have to survive for the next week is a bed to sleep on, a notebook with a pen, a refillable bottle of water, toothbrush with toothpaste, and a bar of soap, a toilet to use the bathroom, and a sink for water.
At this point, it was clear to me it was going to be difficult to entertain myself, especially on hour 9 when I did this.
You're probably wondering, how many tiles are on these walls? The correct answer is 1,900. And if you want the roof and floor included, then it's 2,860.
But more importantly than all of that,
According to my stomach, it is time to eat food. If you're wondering how I'm eating during this challenge, there's a conveyor belt here.
which spans over 100 feet, so I can be fed without any human interaction.
I think I've been in here around 14 hours.
Isn't it crazy that at this point, I was already off by 2 hours?
And so far, the hardest part of the challenge is no one's fed me yet. In hindsight, I should have ate more food before I came in here. But yeah, it would be really nice if someone fed me sometime soon. Your boy is very hungry.
Did you wash your hands?
Yeah, of course I did.
No, he did not.
We'll be sending him his meals randomly so he can't guess the time. Like it's 6 p.m. right now and we're sending him his breakfast.
When are my friends gonna feed me?
Right, because later in this challenge, I borderline go insane.
Do you think I'd get a... Do you think I'd...
And while my strategy to sleep through most of the challenge did help pass the time, it ended up hurting me in other ways.
I see food over there. It's freaking soggy and cold. How long has this been sitting here?
This food's been sitting there for 7 hours.
Ugh. I would have given anything to eat that ice cream. It would have been nice to have edible parts of the meal, but guess I'll just be hungry again. Normally, because we're working on so many videos at once, I'm usually like incredibly stressed. As of right now, I don't really feel that stressed at all, but I feel a ton of anxiety because I have this severe FOMO that I'm missing tons of cool stuff going on in the world. It's weird. It's a different emotion that I'm used to. It's pretty crazy how hard it is to do nothing. I'm starting to get really bored. Oh, this is getting very hard on me mentally. I'm bored. Help.
I was nowhere near the 168-hour mark, so by hour 65, I started to wonder.
How do you do a handstand?
At this point, I had no idea how long that first meal was sitting in the conveyor belt for.
You see he's getting a little paranoid. That's the thing that can get worse as time goes on. It's only day 2.
I'm not sure what to do. I think I'm gonna just see how high I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It looks crazy, right?
565, 566, 567.
But when you're in a situation where there's nothing to do,
999,
what's crazy is to just succumb to it.
1,000.
As this progresses, he's going to run out of random things to do.
And I gotta give it to him, the doctor was right, because later in this challenge, I borderline go insane.
Do you think I'd get a... Do you think I'd...
And then I remembered
Look what I... Oh, there's a fork on it.
that I had an indestructible plate from my very first meal.
I am going to throw this so far, it is hilarious. I'm bored. I still have 2 days left inside this room, and I have a feeling at some point, I'm gonna wanna leave.
It's day 4. No matter how much I beg, or scream, or plead,
Or burp. Do not let me out of this room early.
Okay, Jimmy, I got you.
My instincts tell me
I've so far done 113 hours, which means I have 55 hours remaining. and whoever's editing this, show them how many hours I actually have remaining. Hopefully, it's somewhere close to 55 hours.
I think he's going to get angry and possibly paranoid about what's going on.
Is a man not allowed to have privacy? There's a camera there, there's a camera above that, there's a camera. There's so many cameras on me 24/7. I'm going to go insane! But I'm gonna count it. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 17, 98, 99, 100, 104, 255, 266, 257, 207, 208, 209, 210. 20, 421, 422, 423, 445, 446, 447. There are 447 grains of rice on this metal tray. This information probably profoundly changed you as a human. I'm feeling pretty tired, which means it's probably the night of the 5th.
I wasn't even halfway through the challenge and was already off a full day.
I'm gonna get some more Z's in the bathroom where it's not so freaking bright.
Which proved to be my smartest move yet because I actually slept in that bathroom for 12 hours.
We're officially halfway into the challenge, 84 hours.
Jimmy is.
And we're gonna tell him that in his next meal.
Just to kind of mix it all up for him.
I mean, you can still put the letters together.
I am hungry I am. What are we working with here? What is this? What is this called? This is a roll. This is a lot of sauce for one roll. It kind of tastes like ketchup.
How does he not notice the letters in there?
Oh, that's an N.
Yeah!
You guys forgot to take these 4 SpaghettiOs out.
No. Every time he finds a letter, he just keeps eating it.
I hope those weren't supposed to spell something. I was magically supposed to realize that before I ate them and then put it together to figure out a word for more food. Surely that's not what they wanted from me.
Jimmy's about to watch this when he gets out and feels so dumb.
Depression.
At this point, the bright lights were starting to get to me.
I have a ginormous headache right now, and I'm so hungry. What is going on to my body?
Well, he did ask for more food, even though he is getting all the calories he needs. But the reason for that is that he's so understimulated, he thinks he's starving.
I ended up checking for food over and over and over again.
But the reason for that is that he's so understimulated, he thinks he's starving.
I ended up checking for food over and over and over again.
This is oddly soothing. Do you think I'd get a concussion from doing this? You should probably stop. You're right, I should probably stop. There's a bag of McDonald's here. It's suspiciously light. If there's not McDonald's in this bag, I'm going to be depressed. There actually is. Let's go. Every time I get a meal, it's like 20 minutes of just pure happiness. I feel human again. I can't stop smiling. I'm so happy. And then the second I finish it, I feel a wave of depression because I'm like, what do I do now? The seconds are starting to blend together so much. I would try to guess what time it is, but I have no earthly idea. My mind is slowly deforming into stupidity. I need to occupy myself better. We're gonna grab this McDonald's cheeseburger wrapper,
As well as this cup.
Is a man not allowed to have privacy? There's a camera there, there's a camera above that, there's a camera. There's so many cameras on me 24/7. I'm going to go insane! What if we throw the camera through the conveyor? Genius. I treat it like bowling. Somehow I hit my finger. Ow. I severely underestimated how hard this video would be. Just thinking about it has me like tearing up, but I kind of feel like an animal right now. Like I feel like I lost all my rights as a human. If I had to guess, I would say I'm halfway through day 5. I really miss my girlfriend and I miss the gang as well. Even Nolan. Even Nolan. Mentally right now, I'd say I'm at like literal rock bottom. Like this is very inhumane. I've been in here so long that some of my dreams are about me in this room. If I had to guess, I would say I'm halfway through day 5. I really miss my girlfriend and I miss the gang as well. Even Nolan. Even Nolan. Mentally right now, I'd say I'm at like literal rock bottom. Like this is very inhumane. I've been in here so long that some of my dreams are about me in this room. And I think it's like day 6 or 7, but then I wake up and realize it was a dream. What time is it? I would pay so much money to know what freaking time it is. Let's go over why I think there are 33 hours left in this challenge. I've slept 5 times. Reason number 2, I usually poop once a day, and I've also pooped 5 times since I got in here. Reason number 3, I've grown a lot of hair on my neck here, and this usually does take like a week. If for some reason it's still day 5, or God forbid, it's somehow still day 4, let me out. I'm Batman. I feel dead. I really need to get out of here. We did 7 days on a raft. I did 7 days buried alive, and now 7 days in solitary confinement. If I had known how hard this would be, I never would have done this. If that hour number in the top left says anything higher than 20, I'm gonna lose my mind. I am feeling extremely lonely. I miss my girlfriend. This is torture.
Is he crying?
He's not doing well.
He's just like napping on the floor, throwing things, having tantrums, getting happy when he gets snacks. He's like a child.
I think there's 8 hours left, and then they're gonna open that door right there, and I am free. I hope, I pray, please be 8 hours.
He thinks he's sleeping through the last couple hours right now. That's what he thinks this is.
So it's going to be a rude awakening, literally. To be honest, it's concerning.
I give it maybe another 2 to 3. We did 7 days on a raft. I did 7 days buried alive, and now 7 days in solitary confinement. If I had known how hard this would be, I never would have done this. If that hour number in the top left says anything higher than 20, I'm gonna lose my mind. I am feeling extremely lonely. I miss my girlfriend. This is torture.
Is he crying?
He's not doing well.
He's just like napping on the floor, throwing things, having tantrums, getting happy when he gets snacks. He's like a child.
I think there's 8 hours left, and then they're gonna open that door right there, and I am free. I hope, I pray, please be 8 hours.
He thinks he's sleeping through the last couple hours right now. That's what he thinks this is.
So it's going to be a rude awakening, literally. To be honest, it's concerning.
I give it maybe another 2 to 3 hours, and that door opens. So I'm gonna enjoy my last meal, and then we're getting out of here.
Did he just say it's his last meal?
I think so.
Well, that's ironic because it's literally exactly 24 hours.
Any